I have here a material that we could use. This is the golden bead material. So I have the units, I have the tens, the hundreds, and then we have the thousand. Okay, so this is how they look like. So we're going to start with the unit first. Now, let me ask you, among the unit, what are the numbers in the unit that is divisible by 2? Meaning, what are the numbers in unit I could divide equally to 2? Can you please type it in the chat box? What numbers in the unit I can divide it equally by 2? Meaning, if I have 1, can I divide 1 equally? No, no. So Ava mentioned even numbers. So John gave the specific even numbers 2, 4, and 8. Is that all? So, hi, Kenzo. So 2 is divisible by 2. Of course, no? We could divide it equally. 4 is divisible by 2 because 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. 8 is divisible by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Are these all the numbers or can we add some more?
There's 6.
Ah, yes, 6. All the units. So among the units, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are all divisible by 2 in the units. Okay? How about in our tens? Is 10 divisible by 2? Can we divide 2? Can we divide 10 by 2?
Yes.
Yes. How about 20?
I can't remember, but like since all the tens are divisible by 2, same as with the hundreds, thousands, as long as you don't change it.
So John is saying that all the tens are divisible by 2, meaning the 10, 20, 30, 40. So let me ask you, would you agree with John that all the tens are divisible by 2? If not, can you give me a 10, category of 10 that is not divisible by 2? Is there any number that belongs in the tens that is not divisible by 2? Or all numbers divisible by 2? 50. All right. What is 50 divided by 2?
That's 25. 25 plus 25 equals 50.
So it can be equally divided by 2. So 50 is divisible by 2 as well. Let's try again. Other numbers, do you think that's not divisible by 2?
I don't think there are any other numbers
Sige daw,
that are not divisible.
what is
70, that's 35 plus 35 equals 70. 30 plus 30 is 60, and add the 5 to both, and that's 70. 35 plus 35.
How about 80? What's 80 divided by 2?
40 plus 40 equals 80.
How about 90?
That's 45 plus 45 equals 90.
Okay, so meaning all the tens could be divided equally by 2. 10, 20, 30, all the way to 90. Okay, let's move on to our hundreds. Is 100 divisible
Looks
by
like you add 50 and then you get another 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50, and if you add 50 you get 200, and that's 100, the answer for that. So 50. So it's the same pattern, but this time it has a 0, 50.
So what's 300 divided by 2?
300 divided by 2, that's 150, I think. 150 plus 150.
Correct.
400 is 200. 400 is no. Yeah, 200. No, 400 is 200 plus 200. It's getting bigger.
500
But
is
it's not adding with tens anymore. It's like adding with hundreds now.
Mhm.
500 is 300, no, 250 plus 250. It's the same thing, I think, with the tens,
How
50,
about
just added
600?
with 0. 600, 300 plus 300. Like in the 60, it's 30 plus 30, but there's just added 0.
How about 700?
700 is 700, that's 350 plus 350.
How about
The next
800?
80, 400 plus 400.
900?
900, for 900, it's 45 plus 450 plus 450.
Okay, so all hundreds are divisible by 2. How about for the 1,000?
1000 is divided by 2, it's 500. 2000 is 2000 divided by 2 is 1000 plus 1000, 3000, 1500 plus 1500, 400, 2000 plus 2000, 5000, not 500, 5000 is 2500 plus 2500, 6000 is 3000 plus 3000, 7000 is 33,500 plus 3,500. 800 is 4,000 plus 4,000. 900, 4,500 plus 4,500. Yeah, it's just like from the unit to the tens. It's basically the same answer, but you add another 0.
So if my
That's what
problem
I
is
see here.
equivalent to 9,754, for example, and I ask you, is 9,754 divisible by 2?
Yep, you definitely gave me this presentation before. We can just check the last number 4, to see if it's divisible by 2 or not. You don't have to check the entire number, as I saw last time, I think, right?
Why?
Because I don't know how to explain, but since the last number, since everything is divisible by 2 there, the last number is like what's depending on everything to see it's divisible or not. And 4 is divisible by 2, so yeah, I guess so.
So let's analyze it. Is 9,000 divisible by 2? This is for
Yes,
everyone.
as we
Or
saw
no?
here, 700 is divisible by 2, 50 is divisible by 2, and it's left on with the 4. And that
Okay.
is still divisible by 2.
So we could see it right here. 9,000 is divisible by 2. 700 is divisible by 2. And 50 is
50,
divisible by 2.
yeah,
Now let's look at 4. 4 is
it
also
is
divisible by
divisible by
2.
2.
So making all the number divisible by 2. So this is a yes. But what if my number is like, for example, like this? We have
7,036.
730, let's say 6.
Like 7,000, yes, is divisible by 2. 700 still divisible by 2. 330 divisible by 2, and then comes down to the 6. And it's still divisible by 2. So we just need to check the last number, because we know already everything is divisible by 2 behind it.
So if I have, let's say, 9,999,990, is that divisible by 2?
Well, 9 million is divisible by 2. 900,000 divisible by 2. 90,000 divisible by 2. 9,000 divisible by 2. 900 divisible by 2. 90 divisible by 2. And there's nothing at the end, so there's no unit. Alright, so it's still divisible by 2.
Okay, since 90 is divisible by 2, there's no unit. So yes, it is still divisible by 2. So
So I guess that's another rule that applies.
what do you think is the rule that applies for
The
divisibility
rule is,
by 2?
as long as the first number has no unit or has a unit divisible by the number, it is still, the entire number is still divisible.
So we check the units. So a number is divisible by 2 if, so let me write that again. A number is divisible by 2 if the unit is 2, 4, 6,
6,
8,
8,
and
0.
0.
That's the exact same thing I saw in my head a while ago.
Now let's move on to the next number, 5. Let's analyze this. In the unit, what are the numbers that are divisible in 5?
Only 2. Only
What are
1, 5.
Oh, only 5, right?
Yeah, that's not a
How
unit.
about in the tens? What are the
Tens,
numbers?
everything is still divisible by 5 in the tens.
How about in the hundreds?
Since it is, it's also the same with the hundreds. And in the thousands, the 10,000, 100,000, million, until above.
Okay.
Up above.
So if I have the number 9,754, is that divisible by 5?
The 4 is not divisible by 5, so I guess no. 700 is what in it.
So 9,754 is not divisible by 5. How about 7,736? Is that divisible by 5?
No, because 6 is not divisible by 5.
So this is also no. How about 9,999,990? Is that divisible by 5?
It's divisible by 5. Everything behind the 0 is divisible, and the 0 is basically not a number, so it's divisible, like the 2.
So
It's like
if
the same rule applies.
I have 45,675, is that divisible by 5?
Yes.
Why?
Again, everything behind it is divisible as long as the number we check can be divisible by one bracket. It should be divisible with everything behind it, and again, it's with the unit,
So we are
and
looking at
it's
the
5.
unit again. So how can we write the rule then?
A number is divisible by 5 if the unit is 5 or 0 and 0.
And I would agree.